This conversation is powered by Google Illuminate. Check out illuminate.google.com for more. So, AGI's impact on the global economy, huh? Sounds like a recipe for massive prosperity or a dystopian nightmare, right?
Exactly. It's a double-edged sword. Think of it like this. We're about to unleash a technological genie, and we're not entirely sure if it'll grant us wishes or turn us into frogs.
Frogs. Okay, I'm intrigued. Is it all doom and gloom, or are there some seriously cool upsides?
Oh, definitely cool upsides. Think productivity boosts, groundbreaking innovations, potentially solving some of humanity's biggest problems.
So, like curing cancer with a robot.
Maybe not quite curing cancer with a robot, but definitely accelerating the research process significantly. And that's just one example, right?
Let's talk about those McKinsey and PwC reports. They're throwing around some seriously big numbers, aren't they? Trillions of dollars?
Yeah, those projections are mind-boggling. It's hard to wrap your head around the sheer scale of the potential economic impact. But it's not just about the money. It's about the potential for solving global challenges.
Right. It's like if we use AGI right, we could actually tackle climate change, poverty, you name it.
Exactly. But the flip side is that if we don't manage it carefully, we could see massive job displacement and increased inequality. It's a delicate balance. Yeah.
It's like trying to ride a unicycle while juggling chainsaws. Sounds fun, but also terrifying.
Precisely. The potential for disruption is huge.
Let's talk industries, manufacturing, transportation, customer service. It seems like AGI could shake things up everywhere.
Absolutely. Think about self-driving trucks. That's a huge potential disruption to the trucking industry. But then again, it could also create new jobs in areas like AI maintenance and development.
It's a constant game of creation and destruction, isn't it? Like a technological version of musical chairs.
Exactly. And the winners will be those who adapt and innovate.
So what about healthcare? AGI diagnosing diseases and performing surgeries? That's both amazing and slightly unsettling.
It's a double-edged sword again. The potential for improved healthcare is enormous, but the ethical considerations are significant. Who's responsible if something goes wrong? That's a good point.
The future of work, that's a big one. Are we all going to be replaced by robots?
Not necessarily replaced, but definitely augmented. AGI will likely handle the repetitive tasks, freeing up humans for more creative and strategic roles.
So, more time for hobbies and less time doing spreadsheets? I'm in.
Potentially. But it also means we need to adapt and acquire new skills. Lifelong learning is going to be more important than ever.
It's like learning a new language, but instead of Spanish, it's coding.
Exactly. And the language is constantly evolving.
What are governments doing to prepare for this AGI revolution?
A lot of things, actually. Investing in AI research, developing regulations, investing in education and training. It's a multi-pronged approach.
It's like they're building an ark, but instead of animals, it's AI regulations and retraining programs.
A very apt analogy. They're trying to mitigate the risks while harnessing the potential benefits.
And what about the EU's AI Act? Is that a good thing or a bad thing?
It's complex. It's an attempt to regulate a rapidly evolving technology, which is a huge challenge. It could stifle innovation, but it could also prevent some serious problems.
Right. Let's talk geopolitics. AGI could really reshape the global power balance, couldn't it?
Absolutely. It could exacerbate existing inequalities between rich and poor countries. The countries that control AGI will have a significant advantage.
It's like a new kind of arms race, but instead of bombs, it's algorithms.
Exactly. And the stakes are incredibly high.
So what can individuals do to prepare? Besides learning to code, I mean.
Focus on skills that are hard to automate. Creativity, critical thinking, emotional intelligence. And stay informed about AI development.
The ethical implications? That's a whole other can of worms. Bias in AI, autonomous weapons, existential risk. It's a lot to unpack.
It is. We need to be incredibly careful about how we develop and deploy AGI. We need to build in safeguards and ethical guidelines from the start.
It's like building a spaceship. But instead of making sure it can reach Mars, we need to make sure it doesn't accidentally destroy Earth.
Exactly. The potential for misuse is enormous.
And what about job displacement? That's a huge concern, right?
It is. We need to think about social safety nets and retraining programs to help those who are displaced by AGI.
So where do we go from here? What's the takeaway?
AGI is a powerful tool, but it's a double-edged sword. We need to approach it with caution, foresight, and a strong ethical compass.
It's like wielding a lightsaber. Incredibly powerful, but you need to know how to use it responsibly, or you'll end up cutting off your own foot.
Exactly. And international cooperation is crucial. This isn't a problem that any one country can solve on its own.
Absolutely. And a big shout out to Jay Poole from Tech Frontiers YouTube for bringing this important topic to light. What are your thoughts on all this? Let us know in the comments below.
I agree completely. It's a conversation we all need to be having.
And remember, folks, the future isn't written yet. We have the power to shape it.
Indeed. Let's make it a good one.
That was a great discussion.